Before the video starts, there should be some times on the screen already if you just want to fast forward to certain sections of the video. Yeah. I'd also like to quickly mention that this intro section is recorded after the fact, which is why the mic quality is so bad, and that the game has only been out for less than a week, and that this is just my initial guide to Shao Kahn. I'm sure many things are wrong in it, and I'm sure there are a lot better combos, but I just want to get this out as quick as possible, just to show you guys what you can do with Shao Kahn ASAP.
My short time in playing. So when MK11 came out, I decided I was going to pick one character and pretty much stick to that character and get really good at them at the start. And for this game, I picked Shao Kahn because he's big and he has a big hammer. So I just hit the 50 game mark and I've been streaming most of it, and I decided I was going to make a quick guide on Shao Kahn for my 10 viewers. Yeah. First, we're going to go through Shao Kahn's moves. So one of the big issues is a lot of his neutral moves just hit high, which is not good if your opponent is blocking. So his neutral 1, his neutral 2, and his neutral 4 all hit high, as well as his down 2 and his forward 2. So yeah, if your opponent's ducking a lot, expect them to jab you in the toes. So another thing to remember about Shao Kahn is that his down 1 hits mid. It's his fastest poke, but it isn't a low, which kind of blows. His down 3, however, is a low, and that is only 9 frames as opposed to down 1's 7 frames. So it's not that big of a difference, but when you're going up in a jab war with someone else who has 7 or 8 frame move, you're going to lose. With that in mind, it's very good to know Shao Kahn is super dominant in this little mid-range here. He can close the gap with a lot of his moves, like his sweep will bring him right to you where he can continue pressuring you. The first one is just die in all capital letters. So yeah, it goes like this. Does decent damage, and it sends your opponent to a position where you can throw a quick spear in, maybe get that zoning damage. If not, force him to block right off the bat. So the next ones I'm going to talk about are Bow to Me and Fear Me. Both of them start off with this forward 2, which has very good range to it, but it does hit high. The reason they're very good is because I like to use Fear to Me a lot at the start of a match. It hits high, then overhead. So your opponent has to get to know that pattern. They have to know what's coming, and then when they get used to that, you use Bow to Me, which hits 3 times, and when they unblock after 2, because they're expecting Fear Me, they get hit by the 1. It works very well, trust me. If you learn how to pull it off and get your opponent focused on blocking Fear Me and then use Bow to Me, you're gonna catch them off guard. They also do very good damage and put you in a position to zone with your spear. The next move is Last Breath. It comes from a kick, but I don't find myself using it that much in game. Often I'll use it to catch my opponent off guard because it has that second low in there, as well as it does give you good position to just go into a sweep and catch them off guard. I would recommend just playing around with it on your own if you use Shao Kahn, and you'll eventually get the hang of when to just slip this in there. The next combo string is Merging Realms. It goes like that, and this one also comes out of a neutral 1, just like Die. This one is kind of like the opposite scenario of Die, where Die is you want to get an opponent away from you. This one you want to keep your opponent close. This one knocks them down with an unexpected overhead at the end and puts them in a position for you to do whatever you want to do. They're knocked down, it's your turn, you can do whatever you need to do, to be honest. Finally, we're at You Will Die. Its full combo goes like this, and you can use it to get you away. It's called Is That Your Best? All these have great names, by the way. But you're going to be using You Will Die. And I'm putting this one last because it transitions into special moves and combos. So before I move on to the next section, I just need to quickly show you what I use on my Shao Kahn. So I don't really have any augments because I haven't played with them yet, and the game is only a few days old. So the only one that I'd really recommend is Skewered. It's going to let you extend a lot more combos, as you're about to see. And for your other 2 slots, I would just play around. I have Annihilation and Upwrath Hammer, but I'm switching these out very frequently just to kind of play around with everything. I'm just going to quickly show off the difference between Scrum Grab and Skewered as well. So the AI here just hit me with Scrum Grab, and as you can see, if you hit it and enhance it, it just hits you straight down and gives you bonus damage. So the reason I like Skewered better is because you can actually enhance it and it lets you continue a combo. So if you opt not to use Skewered on your build, you can still use Scrub Grab in a lot of the same scenarios. You're just not going to get that extension of your combo. So the first special move is Shao Kahn's Merciless Spear. It's just a pretty decent zoning tool. You can enhance it fairly fast, and it's about all you can ask for zoning. I know he has a couple other moves that you can put on for some increased zoning, but in my eyes, you don't really need anything other than the spear. Another thing is if you have your opponent knocked far away, don't be afraid to go for a spear. The next special move Shao Kahn gets is Shoulder Charge. It's just a simple back forward 3, and it hits your opponent like that. You can also enhance it to knock them up. I go more in depth on this later, so I'm going to keep it short here. And his last move is Hammer Lunge. As you can see, Hammer Lunge is a move where you can pick the distance that you go and simply lunge at your opponent like this. It has a short, medium, and a long variation, so you can catch your opponents off guard in that long game. Honestly, this one isn't that useful, but it's on him by default, so you have it for if you need it. The first combo I'm going to show you starts with You Will Die, and it hits high-low and knocks your opponent up just far enough that you can follow it up with a Skewered. As I said before, Skewered is really good because you can enhance it and knock your opponent up just like that, and extend the combo. So with that in mind, you can do something like this. That's 250 in neutral for 1 meter. Pretty good. Another string that combos with Skewered is Bow to Me. This one's good for if you're in that mid-range and you want to catch your opponent off guard, especially if you're comboing it with Fear Me, like I explained earlier in the video. Next part of your combo comes from the Shoulder Charge. Shoulder Charge is good because you can end combo with some heavy damage, as well as extend it. If you enhance Shoulder Charge, you pop your opponent up, which means you can combo it into a Skewer and back into a Shoulder Charge for over 300 damage in neutral. Another thing that's nice about Shoulder Charge is that if your opponent blocks it, you won't accidentally enhance it, like with some other moves. Just something to throw in there. Finally, something you can do with all characters is if you have your opponent in the corner, you can hit them with a jumping 3 and actually poke them. This lets you extend your combo into something else, and you can actually do some pretty dirty stuff with it. Finally, I'm just going to analyze a game that I played on stream the other day. So I'm taking this out of replay just because I don't have it straight from the stream. But if you go watch the video, it is there. So this was my 3rd or 4th round with this guy, and I'm just fast forwarding through the first round because nothing very eventful happened here. But I want to showcase the 2nd and 3rd round just so you can really see some of the stuff you can do with Shao Kahn. So he beats me right here. But these next 2 rounds, a lot of stuff happens, a lot of like glorifying of Shao Kahn. First off, very dominant uppercut. Here you see I'm doing Fear to Me, which is that forward 2-3 move I was talking about, or forward 2-4, sorry. So over the course, I got him used to that. He's used to blocking that overhead, and as you're about to see, right here, I go for the move again, but I switch it up with the 3, and he wasn't expecting it and caught him off guard. Go for those quick 7-frame pokes and a grab, catch him off guard again, get him in the corner. Here I'm just playing patiently, waiting to see my opening. I know I have the health to tank some hits, and that's just dominant uppercut. I expect him to jump there, but I got lucky and he ran into me. Here, it shows off the sweep. Look how the range and the speed, as well as bringing you right in front of him for those 7-frame pokes, is so nice. As well as he's got a pretty fast grab, but it doesn't have the best range, so you want to be right up there. Another reason I picked this game is because my opponent is very smart. As you can see, he also helps show off some of the flaws of Shao Kahn. where a lot of his moves hit high. This guy knows that, and he's ducking underneath of a lot of the moves. But for the most part, I just wanted to show off. So you can get that zoning in. His spear is fast. Definitely not the best zoning in the game, but good against someone like Sub-Zero who doesn't have the best zoning tools. There again, I hit him with the Fear Me twice. Got him focused on that, and then mixed it up with that 3-hit move. Bow to me. Got him in the corner. He actually beats me right here, but that's okay, because I think this showed off enough of what oh shit, Shao Kahn is about. Forgot his name for a second, but yeah. That's the end of my guide. If you made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching. This is my first MK video that I've made, and I definitely plan to make more like this when I start expanding my horizons and playing more characters other than just Shao Kahn. And yeah, I stream semi-regularly on Twitch as well. So if you have any questions or just want to see some more gameplay, definitely head over there, message me in chat or something. I love talking to more people and just answering questions on stream and talking about the game. So yeah, definitely check me out. Really need to get an outro, don't I? But